Dan the Lost Boy.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Special Shot.
Stop it, drop it. It's time for a espresso shot. Knock it. Brew it up and get it hot. Top it, notch. We talking till the kettle pop. Nah, stop it. Alpha, we gon' set it off. Brew me up a double shot. Espresso shot is on the clock. Twitter spaces every day. Let it play, you better not. Conversations everywhere. You get on stage, it never stops. Learn a little, laugh a little. Metas change, so get on top. Web3, NFTs, learn things you never thought. Farming in the garden, got some news, I wanna set it up. Research, don't get hurt, invest by the top. Protect your neck, don't get wrecked. Vet, first connect the dots. Price action, we not acting. Espresso shot, get working, we networking. Espresso shot, hot one with shotgun. Espresso shot, the host with the most. Sounds about to give it all he's got. Stop it, drop it. It's time for espresso shot. Knock it. Brew it up and get it hot. We talking till the kettle pop. Nah, stop it. Alpha, we gon' set it off. Brew me up a double shot. Espresso shot is on the clock. Twitter spaces every day. Let it play, you better not. Conversations everywhere. Get on stage, it never stops. Learn a little, laugh a little. Metas change, so get on top. Press play every day. Follow to the Java spot. GM with my friends, transforming like the auto bottle. Bottom to the top, we gon' spread it like a lot of sauce. Green candles, red wicks, one of these has gotta pop. Price action, we not acting. Espresso shot, get working, we networking. Espresso shot, hot one,
God.
Shotgun.
Dad,
Espresso
stop.
shot, the host with the most. Sons are dropping that espresso shot.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Special Shot, your favorite late morning show on the East Coast, where you love to learn a little bit, laugh a little bit, maybe even cry a little bit. Hopefully tears of joy, not tears of sadness, as you guys always know, as usual vibes. Let's go ahead and go bottom right hand corner, repost and comment, bookmark the space, because this is going to be a very fun one, very epic as per the usual. As you guys know, every Friday we do the podcast version of a special shot. That's how we normally go about this. As usual, our podcast discussion a little bit more laid back. We're winding down for the week. We're getting ready. You know, if this was any later, we probably have a drink in our hands, if I'm being real honest. What a fucking week, man. What a fucking week. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I feel pretty good all around, but just like so much happened just in a matter of days, and it's actually been insane. But I wanna check in with some of my people over here. You know, Chris, how are you feeling? You've had a crazy couple weeks. I know you weren't expecting me to check in with you first, but I'm gonna do it, bitch. How are we doing? How are we feeling?
Good. This is my second day since I saw you that I'm just like waking up and working for a day. That's it. I just haven't had any of those. It's been summer stuff, family stuff. It's actually been extremely healthy. We did some good stuff. Went camping. You know, I went to a lake and I thought I was gonna fish, but it turns out you can't even go in the water because the water is toxic. And that's what lakes in California are like. So, you know, like it looked like what's coming out of my dude Gil's eyes right there. That's what would have been coming out of my eyes if I went in that lake. So, but other than that, and the heat wave, California heat wave, not good. Not into that. But yeah, IRL Alpha was very comfortable last night. Perfect weather, Venice Beach. Not mad at it. I did get a little bit of sleep after hanging out at Eddie's house past midnight. We don't even know who Eddie is. I'm not even going to tell you, but that's where I was at. Anyway, that's how I've been.
Never heard of Eddie. It's not like there's a handful of Eddies in the space at all. Speaking of toxic coming out of eyeballs, I want to check in with Josie. No, I'm just kidding. Gail, I'm just joking. Gail, how are we feeling? Are you feeling a little sweaty under there?
Dude, no sweat, guys. No sweat. This mask is comfy as shit. It's like fucking like getting a facial right now behind here. Getting my cheeks massaged.
I love it. Well, clearly you went into the lake too early without reading the warning sign. Whoa. What was that?
That was your deaf hearing impairment products.
No, they're testing of all the days they decided to test the fire alarm right freaking now in my building.
No.
It's so
Don't be.
loud. It's so loud. You don't even know.
Well, it should make you feel good because Chris immediately resorted to gaslighting me right off the bat, which is completely
I'm gonna
normal.
gaslight you more. I love your new mic. It looks beautiful. It just doesn't work any better. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that's great. Fucking amazing. I love to hear that. I spent another $250 on a brand new mic.
It's just your Rodecaster settings, my friend. You need to fix them.
Yeah. Well, the Rodecaster is gonna get a spanking later, but for now, we're gonna keep this moving. I want to check in with some other peeps. Jason, I want to check in with you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you regret being on the Spaces right now?
11.
Oh, let's go! Our first 11. Air hornet. Woo!
You can't handle the toxic waste in California. Your podcast is at an ungodly hour in the morning.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, so not off to a great start. I'm not gonna lie. And your mic sucks as well as your voice.
Yeah. This is the world that we live in. You know.
But so happy to be here.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to get into it. But DP, I want to check in with you, my man. How we doing?
Hey man, I'm doing well, man. First of all, man, shout out to y'all for the intro song, man. You know, here I am thinking that most of Web 3 is fucking corny and out of touch and had bad taste, but I was proven wrong earlier. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.
Don't give him that satisfaction, bro.
No,
okay, we've been trying to
give me-
de-boom. Look at him, he's talking. Can't even hear him. It's fantastic, isn't it? He's just been like, we've been trying to de-boomerize his music. And next, when the outro music is gonna be Bruno Mars. I'm not supposed to swear anymore. I don't know. When it's gonna be Bruno Mars.
We just lost a sponsor. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hold on a second. First of all, the Bruno Mars outro the other day was a mistake. I meant to click a different button, but it's okay. We rolled with it.
I think it's more the idea that you just even have it there to
Right.
make the mistake.
Thank you.
You have a Bruno Mars
You
button.
know, the disrespect is crazy right now.
Bruno Mars is literally on like debt relief at the Bellagio right now, and like, you know who's giving him streaming rights? This one thick king in Web3. Like, he will definitely get all of his gambling addictions back because of this man. So at least somebody is supporting our guy out there in Vegas.
Yeah. That's how this works.
Well, look,
That's how this
Sansa,
works.
I've been taking shit from my kids all morning, so I got to say I appreciate that you're willing to take the shit this morning. So,
Bro, you don't.
sorry,
even,
no cussing. The stuff,
Yeah.
all the stuff.
Yeah, bro, you don't. Let's not get into that. We're not gonna get into that here. But since someone gave us feedback earlier this week that they didn't like our spaces because we were cursing, and I just didn't know what to respond back to that. But I want to start this off with the real quick because we're already.
Sansa, like I told you last time, you respond with this.
Yeah.
Write it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the cursing doesn't come out. It's just
You just say Jesus and I love you, and it's all
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
but I fucking love Jason, bro. All right. I wanna start this off with I want to check in with Shotgun, and I want to talk with Shotgun really quickly for a few minutes on this week, how we feel about the attention. Attention seems still pretty strong on meme coins. Kind of feels like meme coins might actually be here to stay to coexist alongside NFTs, which does make it a little bit tougher for NFTs, or does it make it easier as long as the NFTs have a meme coin to come along with it? So I want to get into that topic a little bit, but Shotgun, first of all, how are you? Second of all, how you feeling about what happened this week overall with the news and the market in general?
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, despite the crabby price action, like me personally, I'm pretty bullish. And the reason is simple. Like, we have a couple of like banks coming out next week that, in my opinion, can start like climbing up. I would say the momentum and sentiment overall. Like, personally, for me, I'm still really, I would say, deep in altcoins. Like, even besides memes, like, obviously I really increased my meme exposure over the past few months. Like, that's something that I've been pretty open here about it. When it comes to NFTs though, I think it's really that we're not gonna see that wave like we saw before. Like, I feel like the shiny objects of this cycle are the coins. However, I do believe that there is space for NFTs to really stand out in unique propositions. And what I mean by that is, like Azuki, for example, obviously, like I'm a bag holder, so obviously biased, but like Apes, Budgies, like all of those projects, they have unique propositions that you literally can't like find in coins, for example, or in any other, I'll say asset class within crypto and Web3. So yeah, I'm really, really curious and excited to have Kozmik Bumz here today. Like really excited to dive into what they're building. But dude, like I can't help but be bullish. Like Mocha is absolutely crushing it in the market. We have Donald Trump going to talk like in Bitcoin Nashville. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Germany, they almost are done with their selling. So after that's done, I do believe that things are going to start ramping up. I mentioned that there are events that are going to kind of contribute for a bullish sentiment. So those are just some of the things that I'm keeping an eye on, and I'm really, really excited about the past few weeks. I think we sent from here.
You hear that? Shaka said higher.
NFA, but higher.
NFA, but higher. For the normies out there that may brush upon the space somehow, some way. That means not financial advice. Not financial advice. Josie has her hand up in person. So Josie, what you got?
Hi, I just wanted to publicly say fuck you, Zimmy. And that's it. That's why I had my hand up.
Yeah, there you go. Simi is just our favorite in resident person to shit on. POS, yes, Chris, you got your hand up as well. What would you like?
All I heard Shotgun say is he looks like a grown man again because he has a mustache. That's all.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the words were, but I saw
Thank
him,
you.
and he looked like a man. Good job.
Sounds like you're a little hyper focused on his mouth. Okay, got it.
Hey, Shotgun, you got a pretty mouth, boy.
All right.
Oh God.
The accent somehow makes it worse. I don't know how, but
That's why I don't go to LA.
Because you have a pretty mouth.
I'm scared of my own team, man. That's
I mean, to be honest, the shit that was going on there, you would have been scared.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, I also want to check in with Big Nil real quick on in general, like, again, you're someone who works at Polygon. Yes, even though your opinion does not reflect Polygon, it is the opinion of Big Nil Collect himself, the person, the character, the individual. How are you feeling?
Forehead.
Yeah, the forehead. Big Nil said his app just crashed, so it looks like he may not be able to speak. So never mind. I'm just gonna go fuck myself and just move on right over that, and just kind of keep this moving over to DP and Gil as well. Guys, first of all, real quick, Big Nil's waving at me. I don't know why he's waving at me. I can't do anything. But real quick, how are you guys paying attention to the market as whether it's as founders, creators? Are you guys paying attention as consumers, traders? Like, I just kind of want to get a gist on what your thoughts are.
We're paying attention as all of those people.
Nah, man, but I've been in the industry since like 2017, so I consider myself an enthusiast / evangelist. Man, what shit, man, this market, it's been weird, right? It's been like this. It's pretty much been a roller coaster of up and down, up and down. With us getting so close to actually, bringing Kozmik Bumz into full fruition, I kind of been taking a break from the broader market and kind of like focusing in and honing in on what we have going on. But I have been, loosely paying attention. All I want to see is I just want to see the enthusiasm come back around NFTs and meme coins. They pretty much been here, bro. They aren't going anywhere. This is as long as people can continue to make money. You know what I liken it to? I liken it to having a night out at the casino with the homies, but you get a chance to make money, at home, sitting at home, and you get the same thrill. Shit going up from 0 to $1 million, and you and the homies, y'all 100x on something. It's no other feeling like it in the world to be able to do that within 5 or 10 minutes. So, as long as the money keeps flowing in, meme coins will be here. So that's pretty much my sentiment.
Yeah, no, I like that, and I think it's I like at first how most of us were like, yo, fuck meme coins, you know, like meme coins ain't it. But then the staying power that they've demonstrated has been incredible to the point where we're all like, all right, fine. You can't beat them, you got to join them, right?
I'm gonna add. I think meme coins are cool. Like meme coins have been around since the beginning of crypto, so I have nothing against crypto. Against meme coins. But I want to say that, like, as founders, when you're building something, it's really hard to go up and down with like the market sentiment because you've already put in so much time and investment into something. So you have to just stay the path, right? You have to stay the course, no matter what the market is doing. So that's always a challenge when you're building and paying attention to the market at the same time.
Yeah, I'll go a step further. Like we've been building, for over a year and a half. I've been watching the market. I'm fired up because I think all of these things are converging at the time of our plan kind of culminating, right? So like I think that that's just serendipitous that we're on Solana. I'm a Solana bull, right? Everything that's going on, the announcement of the ETF, the even like we're looking into actions, right, and blinks and all these different ways to onboard and engage. The fact that we're building IP that requires a chain that can support high levels of engagement, right? When we see our 2, 3, and 5 year vision, we see a lot of interactivity. So all of these things are really aligning for us. So while the ups and downs are crazy, I got to say, as a founder that's on Solana right now, like we couldn't be happier that things are playing out the way that they're playing out at the time that they're playing out. So I don't know, I'm pretty fired up because we straddle a lot of these worlds. As an IP play, there's a lot of what we're doing that is part meme. There's utility, there's product development, there's community development. So all of these things I think are ideal for the Solana market right now.
Yeah, and I love that you brought up the Solana ETF because that really did come at like an optimal time there. And so like
what we're saying is, if you want maximum exposure to the Solana ETF, you got to buy a Kozmik Bumz. There's no better way to play the Solana ETF than minting at the end of July with us.
And for the virgins out there, it also gets you a girl, so you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I like how Chris just fucking
finally
he's married with 2 fucking teenagers. Real quick, big deal. I want to check in with you, and then we're kind of going to dive into Kozmik a little bit more, or more so. Let's dive into South Park, shall we? What the fuck does that mean? But anyway, before we get there, Big Nell, how are we feeling about this past week?
Doing good, man. Vibing in the Matic, hanging out, doing my thing up here. Yeah, it's been crazy, right? Like kind of all the movements that you see at the macro level, as well as everything that's going down at the low-key level. Hot dogs all over the screen. That's the primary alpha that we have for the day. But regardless of that, obviously we got some bullish momentum out of ETHCC, right? A lot of conversation around the conferences, like the layer 2's discussions that were happening. Bullish on interoperability. I'm going to harp on this, and I've been harping on this for last year. So hopefully everyone's excited to hear a broken record for the next, 24 months of my entire Web3 existence here. But like, we want to make sure that things are accessible, right? I think that Sol is doing a fantastic job on the marketing campaigns. You've seen Sol Jakey jump into commercials. That is so stupidly bullish, and it builds momentum in a very interesting way that is encouraging others to continue on the path, right? Like Jakey he started as a Web2 content creator, right? So he was a little bit ahead of the curve on that side, but now you see him being integrated into the Sol marketing campaigns. That is so stupidly cool to me. And I hope it encourages those creators on multiple different chains to say like, hey, like I can do this if I refine my skills, I put in the work, I stay consistent to an ecosystem, right? Again, on my own personal side, like I got a job at Polygon because I absolutely am obsessed with Polygon, right? And I was able to hone my craft the same way that Jakey's getting the opportunities, and the same way that like the AVAX, the DAO is establishing themselves. There's going to be multiple avenues for our people out here, which gets me really excited as a personal creator, and as well as like a professional individual in the space at this point. So a lot of great momentum coming out of the conference, and I'm really excited to have the conversation today as well.
Yeah, man. Jakey was, man, that dude's come a long way. I saw that and I was like, I legit feel like I'm watching a trailer for a movie. Like it's just like, it's crazy. The quality. That's what the gold standard should be for video creators to aspire to, right? Like not necessarily specifically to be involved in like a blockchain's campaign, but just like that quality of video, like getting to that point, not like, just straight up throwing money at it and then praying that your talent grows with it. That's not how that works, right?
Funny thing about Jakey, though, to be honest, is this dude's been putting out like really, really high quality, like cinematic style videos forever. Like that's all he's ever done. It's just now that he has a shitload of attention on him, it's like, oh, he's doing things the right way. It's like he's been doing things. Actually, he was doing them too good. Now he's doing them not as good most of the time, but it's the stuff that gets the most attention. So like the Cybertruck thing cruising around Rodeo Drive, like that's great because it got a shit ton of attention. But if you look at his recent skits where he's just like talking and he's just like sitting there contemplating things and it's all cinematic and then over the shoulder and all this stuff, like that's actually too good. The space doesn't require. It's kind of like if we could shoot this video for this live stream going to Twitter and we could shoot it in 8K, we don't need to do that. I'm happy with 720. I don't give a shit how, as long as people can see us talking, I don't even care if our lips match our words. You know what I mean? There's only so much like juices worth the squeeze, and Jakey's kind of been crushing it from fucking day one. So it is cool to see him get the attention.
I want to see that cat in 8K. I don't know about you, but I know I want to see that cat in 8K. So we need to get to work on that.
Dude,
But
we're going 16K, motherfucker. Oh, excuse me. No swearing. We're going 16K.
15K. I mean, but he read my mind. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. But I'm glad you said it instead. But no, look, I want to get into this. Some of you might be wondering, why the fuck is your X Spaces titled Special Shot X South Park? Why? And why is it with parentheses real? Well, you know, someone said I suck at clickbait. This was my pathetic attempt at trying to do clickbait. And so, but here we are. But I do have good news. It's not entirely clickbait, right? Gil, I wanna segue this over to you. You worked and animated for South Park for, I think you said 10 years? Just to double check?
Yep, 10 years.
Can you please give us the background here? Because to me, this makes the entire difference of why Kozmik has this legitimacy and credibility behind it in the best way possible. Because a lot of people will say, oh, well, this project got a Fiverr artist behind it. This got that behind it, yada, 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 right? But it's like, I'm pretty sure you're not a Fiverr artist, last I checked.
I mean,
so
I've never even seen him, and he's my partner, so I can't confirm that.
Man, that fucking fire alarm gaslighting the shit out of my hearing, let me tell you. But no, Gail, please give us a story. I want to hear it. I've heard it a couple times, but I want people to hear it. I want to be able to clip it. I want to be able to put it out there in the world. So please.
Yeah, worked on South Park for 10 years. It was an amazing experience. I was one of the key guys on the animation team for about 115 episodes, and I worked on the movie. And look, it doesn't necessarily give me credibility. I mean, it's like you said, it's like clickbait, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that our project is great. What it does mean is that we have experience on building IP and being involved in one of the biggest shows that has ever been. And that's something that you can't learn, you can't imagine it. You have to kind of be there in order to gain the experience, to be under like the pressure of delivering a show every 6 days for weeks on end, doing 100+ hour weeks in the studio, knowing that if you don't deliver the shit that you said that needs to be done, that show's not going to air. Like, we would finish that show hours before it would air. Before there was like high definition upload, we would have to have an intern basically take a videotape, a beta tape from LA and fly it to New York and get it to the station so that it could be broadcast. So like, there's a lot when you're working on a big project like that. I think people don't fully understand like how much pressure there is to deliver from week to week to week. So if there's one thing I've learned from that show, I mean, my skills as an artist, you can look at my art and you can decide if you like it or not. That has nothing to do with South Park. And South Park gives our project, Kozmik Bumz, in essence, it doesn't necessarily give us credibility per se. What it does tell people is that we've been involved on big projects and we know what it means to deliver product under whatever the pressure is. So I think that's kind of like a big takeaway, because I want to kind of talk about like what's real, right? And I don't want to, there've been a lot of projects that come into the space with like credibility from different shows and things like that. And that's not guaranteed success, nor is it guaranteed that your project is even fucking cool, So judge our project based on the merits of the project. Check out our website, check out our Twitter, see what you think. The South Park thing just means that we've been involved in some high level shit, and that we plan on delivering on our promise, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. And let me apologize. When I said credibility, I really meant more so to the quality of the art, understanding the direction that you're going in, because another thing that I need to stress here is that Web3 is literally, and Jason, you and I talked about this, and we were both pissed about the standard, which is so fucking low in the first place. And it's like, the standard really is, you have a good head on your shoulders and you want to build something truthfully with intention and full transparency, right? And that is that's enough, right? Like, whereas Web 2 is like, oh, you gotta go funding, whatever, yada yada, all this shit. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand it, but just more so in the sense of like, hey, you gotta be honest, but just more so in the sense of that you guys truly do have a vision, because Jason, you mentioned it earlier. This is a year and a half in the making. This wasn't made up last month. Yeah. This wasn't made up, even 3-6 months ago. We're talking like a while ago. And so I think that lends credibility on its own to the point where people can be somewhat assured that this is a project with substance. This is a business. This is a universe that's being made here, right? This is Kozmik World, and Kozmik Bumz is just the first, if I'm not mistaken. Again, we did a whole thing in LA, right? We had a whole casting couch we had a whole interview, right? I wanted my table, but we couldn't get the table working for some reason.
Fucking table.
Big Dill hates it. I'm obsessed with this fucking table. But I really want to stress that I really do enjoy what's being built, because I'm like a nerd when it comes to like stories being told in the way of like MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, and that's being told over such a long period of time. Like, we're talking like 2008 to now even. So I really do enjoy being able to see that probably in the beginning stages being built. And so I kind of want to throw another question you guys' way. Again, this is more so for people who haven't seen our interview yet, but we're not going to try to spoil the whole thing either. And so again, what exactly inspired Kozmik Bumz in the first place for you guys?
So I'll answer that hopefully before an alarm comes on. But look, this is more than just a year in the making. This is a lifetime in the making, because it's a culmination of all the art that I've been making throughout my life.
Man, that
Here, I'll pick it up. So this is the culmination of all the art I've been making all my life. I started out as, I was just wandering the world, kind of bohemian style, and I was an artist. I didn't really know what was going on. That's kind of where the word bum comes from. Like, bum is a great word, right? Like, when you're just bumming around and trying to find your way. I was traveling through Europe. I was doing all this shit. I was couch surfing. I was finding out who I was as a person, as an artist. And, that's really kind of the path. That's where the source of bum comes from, right? Is finding who you are through this kind of free form exploration. Like a little bit, I think we talked about this a little bit, but when Milo/Gil and I first met, the project was actually called, what was it called? It was called
Doodle Bumz.
Doodle.
It was called Doodle Bumz.
Yeah. And, for obvious reasons, we changed that. But like, I think the if the alarm stopped, I think it's a cool kind of story that Milo can tell about like the source of Doodle, and really give people some context of like where this came from.
So doodles are, by the way, that story does not sound as good when it comes from you, by the way, but I appreciate, you've heard my story so many times that you
why you always got to do this? Why you got to do this in front of people every time we go on a show, every time you throw me under the bus.
Shut up. So look, the idea of doodles, right, is that they're a pure form of expression. When you doodle as an artist, like that is, art flowing out of you. There's a lot of arts like that, but doodles especially are these like beautiful little like moments in time where you as an artist can express yourself. The idea of Cosmic Bombs came from, like Jason said, like we are all on a fucking little rock floating
through the universe, and like when we think about it, right, we're all cosmically connected. Anyway, yeah, I think you guys get it, right?
This is so shitty. I'm sorry, guys. Wait, I gotta say, I'm just sorry, dude. This is like my building literally testing out their alarm every 20 seconds. There's a fucking crazy
No, this is
alarm going.
perfect.
So my
Because
apologies.
like every time you talk and you get cut off, you have, Jason here who's heard your story 1,000 times, and he's like emanating you so well that it's like, yeah,
thank you.
this is
All right.
Gil. I feel Gil's presence in this.
I'm bizarre.
I'm just gonna be a cat and let you guys continue the conversation. Exactly. I'm gonna be a cat and do my thing and let you guys continue. So, but yeah, look, I know that got super like chopped up, but thanks for asking the question. Cosmic is about your search, not just our search, but your search through the world, looking to get rich, looking to find enlightenment, looking to, feed your family, right? Like we are all searching. Nobody actually has any answers. And Cosmic Bombs as a world is all about that dream of finding an answer and, knowing that you're going to get fucked along the way. And so we've created this whole world called Eterna that is super fun and psychedelic. We have gods, we have cults, we have, characters and portals and magic and giant pyramids.
Perfect timing. I want to say also, it just like the entire I'm obviously big on lore, big on storytelling. It's things that we push in on my side of as a founder as well. But like that entire overview of like the wandering and like search for meaning is kind of how we all end up in this space anyway. Right? Like that's it's like a grander scheme thought process of like, wow, like okay, things were in a certain direction in our previous like work, right? Whether you're working in, like I was working in traditional marketing, right? And I hated it. I hated how corporate structure works. I hated how the entire process of like putting out press releases was so formalized. And I was just like, dude, if people were just real people, we might actually get something done out here, right? Similar energy of how you all are releasing things and how you all are kind of presenting your lore and story. It's, it relates well to everyone in this Web3 world trying to find their greater purpose. Some people will find it in a founder sense. Some people find it in content creation. Some people is destined to be a digital artist, but it's all of us collectively going through this journey together. So relating to that lore, I think it makes a complete mesh of the Web3 culture with what you all are trying to achieve. So I just want to comment on that.
Well, the lore is actually derived from our experience in Web3 and being in Web3 for so long. Like, it makes sense. It's like, it's a perfect kind of analogy or metaphor for what happens in life, especially because the space is new, right? Has been new, is a space where people are creating all kinds of shit that hasn't existed before, right?
Well, yeah, and I think that like part of something that Gil and I have talked about too is that it really is like it's like, I don't know if you guys have traveled through like India or like, going to like parts of Southeast Asia or like, lots of places, some places in the United States, like there's places like these where people, Web3, right? Where like people are like really nice and they're ready to help you, but like they're also ready to work you over. And so it's kind of like that balance of like keeping your idealism and your optimism while having one foot rooted in like, which path do I need to take? Who's trying to work me over and who's actually really trying to help me? And we really are trying to like pull that theme into Eterna, right? It's at the forefront of the storytelling that we're doing. And I'll take it one step further on, the lore and everything. Like I loved your description of it, by the way. Like it's so cool to hear that mirrored in that way. And even, like we want to build something that can captivate everyone as well, right? I mean, I have kids that are 12, like, and like, so we're building and I'm showing this to them along the way. And they're like, this is so dope. And they want to bring, like, we have physical prototypes already of our cards that they want to bring to school and show people and start pulling people into the stories. and finding that balance where we can really tackle adult themes in a way that's accessible to everyone, right? And so yeah, man, like I don't know, we're being super thoughtful about everything we do and how we tell the story as we lead up to like the first product release.
One more thing. Okay, so Eterna is essentially like, I went to Petra a couple years ago, which is in Jordan. It's one of the 8 wonders of the world. And it's this beautiful place where everybody is trying to fucking make a buck and get your money, right? And so you're at this place, which is one of the wonders of the world, but it is taken over by human beings like trying to shill you and trying to get your money and being like super nice, welcome to my home, but you know, give me a few bucks. And then essentially, like, our world Eterna is that. It's this beautiful, like, paradise built by a master creator where everybody is trying to kind of fuck you over, which is why it's all like pink and, you know, rainbows, but beneath the rainbows is, you know, evil and, you know, people trying to show you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. No, I love that. And I don't want to like basically just redo our whole podcast interview all over again on Spaces, but I do want to gatekeep some questions to ourselves. I will say this though. And this is more to give people a little bit of insight and a little bit of expectations. Since we are 1 or 2 weeks in, and I'm you know, my memory sucks since being Web3, and then I'll throw it over to Josie. When is the mint? Do that public information out yet? And yeah, when is the mint, and do we have a supply?
I can give the bullets. Here's the bullets. Ready? 7,777 supply. End of July mint. 0.777 Sol mint price. That is all. Go. Yes, that is all. So yeah, we're only a few weeks out, and
I love it.
And we have a lot of news coming, you know, in the coming weeks as well. Like what we're doing is pretty, you know, is pretty big. It's not a normal collection. It's not a you know, straightforward mint necessarily. So we're excited to reveal a bit more. You know, in what people get when they mint, because we're, you know, Gil is really inspired by, not to speak for you too much, Gil, I've already done that a lot, but you know, like, you know, everything from Garbage Pail Kids and like these old school collectible cards. So we're really trying to recreate that experience for our first product. And so you get a pack, everyone gets a pack. There's a whole opening experience. You get 3 cards in the pack, which is your bum, and then 2 accessory cards. So we've created this entire like secondary market for accessories forward looking. Since our business model is licensing, we want to create as many opportunities for us to partner with brands as we get public. And so accessories are a great way to do that. We've created this kind of like Build-A-Bear / Build-A-Bum like interface where you can customize, you can pimp out your bum, burn the accessories, you generate a new NFT for your bum that has the accessories on it. So they're all customizable. So, you know, we've been very thoughtful in how like we're trying to build this, not only for something that's interesting and fun, which is the first point for everybody that gets involved, that they have a good time doing it, but also something that is super extensible for us when we go public and we start. Because one of the main goals for us, right, not to get too deep into this, but with mint funds, right, is to use a lot of that for audience building, right, to pull more and more people across different channels, not just crypto Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and really, really grow our audience so that we now have a legitimate addressable market to deliver product to outside of just the utility and the core Web3 products that we'll be delivering. And all that's going to do is feed value back to our holders. So that's kind of the near term. That's the near term goal.
No, I love that. And that's something, again, that is intention. That's intention driven, and not just, all right, guys, we're gonna get the mint funds, and then we're just gonna blow up, you know. And it's like we're talking to someone from Disney. Meanwhile, the dude's a fucking janitor, and they're just talking to a literal janitor from Disney. But like, I think it's something that, again, you have bringing that back to the credibility side of things, bringing that back to your background, Jason, which we didn't really get a chance to dive into as well. But we can save that for the next space. You know, I feel like that's something where we savor it, let it marinate. But I don't know if Shotgun's raising his hand or if because Josie still has to go. So let's go to Josie first, and then we'll go over to Shotgun. What you got, Josie?
Hey, you'll respect my authority. First of all, if I have my hand up, you come to me first. Second, I have a question. Will you guys be having socks as physical merch?
God damn
Oh
it.
my god.
I see the
Fucking
guys freaking out in the
socks, bro.
background right now because I would really like to be your guys' socks model. I love socks. I would like that purple cat that
You were
Gil
so
has on my
obsessed
feet.
with fucking
I will
socks for
rock
no
them and
reason.
market them so fucking hard for you.
Oh my god.
Excuse my language.
I mean, that's a layup question right there.
I answer that. We've been working on some merch designs, and socks is something that has been at the forefront of my mind. So, I would definitely
Haha,
keep that
fuck
in
you,
mind.
Lofu. You said no, we weren't gonna do socks in the group chat, and I just got some socks, so suck it.
We were on a space last night, and considering all of the hype for what people were going to deliver in the last run, and then it's kind of like I held this for how many months and paid how much for it, and all I got was this pair of socks and this shirt. We think like the most bullish signal we could send is to release socks before the mint, so that people know that
Yeah.
that's not all that they're going to get after the after the experience.
I love this. That's a bullish idea, and I volunteer my feet to wear these socks.
I mean,
Whoa.
You got
whoa,
it.
We are
whoa,
making you
whoa.
socks. We are making
Oh.
you socks.
we got seductive feet and a pretty mouth on this
We
space.
hold on. We didn't agree for this to be free just for socks to be put on, okay? There's a whole process through this it's a whole legal thing that we've churned out with our lawyer. Totally real, not fake at all. Didn't just make it up in the last 10 seconds at all. But what I will say is this: if you guys haven't already, go ahead and bookmark the space, because we are going to be having a follow-up space with them either right before mint or at mint. We're not sure yet. We haven't scheduled it just yet. But we are going to try and tease a quick little video. We're just changing the format of the file real quick for you guys to see that as well. But real quick.
Hey, I just
You know-
want to say the fire department just entered my house without knocking and saw me sitting in a mask with a gold money chain. And they're just like, what the fuck is happening here?
They people may not like it, but this is what peak onboarding looks like. This is what peak onboarding looks like.
That's right.
Now the fire department will be minting. Fucking amazing. Bullish. But Shotgun, let's throw it over to Shotgun real quick. He had his hand up earlier.
Dude, I just wanted to hop in here real quick because I wanted to shoot a question. A lot of people don't know, but Kozmik Bumz been here for a minute, right? Like, I feel like the first time that I talked to Lofu was like maybe a year ago or even more. But I kind of wanted to ask, how was it for you guys, like, holding the mint for that long, and kind of how do you guys see that time, being used to your advantage now that you're actually approaching mint and you already have all these details public, like the supply, mint price, all these different things. And I just wanted to get, your perspective on how, this whole year was when it comes to building out the product that you guys got, not only pre-mint, but also post-mint.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to answer that or whoever, but I think it helped us, right? I mean, the cool thing, anybody that takes a look and goes to our website, goes to our Twitter account or the Discord, you're going to see that it feels really, really deep, right? It doesn't feel like this is like a superficial thing. So, right, the time that we've spent preparing has really allowed us to like build out characters, build out story, build like real depth to the world that you just can't get if you try and prop something up quickly and put it out. And I think most importantly is it really allowed us to find our identity, right? Because there's who you think you are, and then there's once you start talking about it publicly, showing people artwork, getting feedback, you start to naturally, organically grow the story and find your voice. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that we've had a vision for a long time, but really I think what we've been able to really like authentically embody is like who we are, what we want to do, and I think that comes through when you look at everything that we've done. So for me, that's what I'll speak. I think it's just been amazing for our identity forming and like really, finding like the sweet spot for who we are.
Yeah, we've had a lot of time to develop the IP. The extended process also gave us time to really connect with more people in the space, build more of a following, show people that we're around for the long term. Like, we didn't just bail. We haven't been, moving and like pivoting each time the market changes. So I think, we're here. We're going to keep on creating. We have a lot of animation and art and lore that we've created.
Also, not to be cliche, but I think it's just a matter of perfect time. And I think whenever you come together and you do things with the right intentions behind it, with the right intentionality, like we always talk about the master creator, but I really do believe the master creator has worked out in our favor. With the chaos of the market, it's been pretty much organized chaos in our favor. So I just think that everything happens for a reason, and I'm kind of grateful for the way that things have gone, even as far as like the turmoil in the markets, because now things are kind of starting to shape up, and health is starting to come back to the market, and it's right around the time that we're ready to min out. So I think it's been a little bit of a divine intervention as well.
Master creator intervention.
Yeah. we love organized chaos. I mean, that's more or less our mantra over here at Special Shot as well. So Kozmik Bumz is welcome to hire us as well. No. But look, what I do want to say here real quick is Gil, I got people in the DMs asking me, can you please tell Gil to take off his clothes, mask, so we know that it's actually him. And they're like, does the styrofoam even smell good? That like, what's going on here? So Gil, is that really you behind the mask, or is that just an imposter? What's going on here?
Gil's burning his face off right now.
Yeah.
Breathing into his face.
Let's see your mug. Let's see your mug, Gil.
I'm Cosmic Cat. You can see me anytime you want, but for today, I'm all in on Cosmic Cat.
I'm sure he singed all of his nose hairs and his beard and mustache and all of that shit is gone now.
All right, well, I guess you have no choice to take the rest of the clothes off then, because it was one or the other. Either mask or clothes, so. Clip it! No, just kidding. But I will say this. We are getting close to the time cap, but I do want to say I'm so incredibly excited. I don't think I have been this excited genuinely for a newish project / mint in a very, very long time. And I personally am looking very forward to it. And my 1-on-1 legendary trading card as well. That is obviously soul bound and I can never sell because I wouldn't sell it anyway. But you know what? We could talk about that on the back end. We don't have to talk about that in front of everyone.
I'll just add one last thing when there's no alarms, Sansa, is we do want to bring the fun back into NFTs. There was so much fun in, a couple of years ago with NFT projects dropping. We kind of want to see if we can do that again, the fun of opening a card pack and getting a cool piece of art. That's something that's been lost a little bit. And we hope that this is the right time to bring back that idea.
Yeah, that fire alarm wants to bring back NFTs for sure. I agree. But no, look, we're going to have another space with you guys again. I'm also looking forward to that as well. Same vibe, same video. Hopefully I organize my back wall a little bit better. But hey, besides that, we're gonna be fucking top notch. But besides that, guys,
is that a euphemism for something?
Is that like a tramp stamp?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah.
Can we tokenize that?
Yeah.
I'm all in on backwall coin.
Yeah. Man,
backshot coin. Jesus.
Narwhal.
I was gonna make a joke based off of a meme coin that I know actually exists. So I'm gonna restrain myself. Because I don't want to accidentally chill something that I'm not in. But anyway, that being said, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. You could have gone to any space or podcast today, and you decided to come to this one. And for that, we are sorry, but also you are welcome. And we will see you back here Monday morning, 11:30 a.m. EST. Jason, Gil, DP, thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
I appreciate you. We'll see you guys.
Play the swordfish song, guys.
We're gonna go ahead and
go fuck yourself.
Oh wait, sorry. Wrong sound effect. Wait, hold on.
Sorry. Shout out to Lofu because you guys have renamed him Lofu. So.
Oh, I like that.
Big ups, Mr.
He's
Fu.
a low fool. Yeah.
I like Lofu. It's like It's like the legend of Kung Fu. It's much more mysterious.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you were full, but that works down. All right, guys.
100 grams.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me, and when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. And me gonna be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a seed, still a seed.
All right, y'all. I love you. Go touch some grass. Go take a shower because you smell. Peace.
And touch ass.